A little bit extra. What's the difference between salt pork and bacon?
Bacon is smoked.
Bacon is smoked, salt pork is not. This is actually bacon. Okay, we're going to put just a little bit of butter in here because this bacon doesn't render off too much fat. So what I did was I also cut the rind off the bacon. Okay, this is the rind I cut off. Okay, this is also it's known as the skin. Okay, so you have to cut this off. You guys start cutting up bacon on Tuesday. You don't cut that off, you're not going to be able to chew it.
Yeah, chef.
Okay, that's the skin. Okay, so what we're doing is we're rendering this. The idea of rendering is to pull the fat out. We want to pull the fat out, and that's going to allow some fat for us to saute our carrots and our onions. So we're doing this just over about medium heat, taking it kind of slow. But we don't want to brown it. If we brown it, it's going to make our tomato sauce bitter. Okay, and it's also going to make our tomato sauce dark, which we don't want. We want it to stay a nice red. Okay, for our tomatoes, you can get diced tomatoes. Okay, you can get tomatoes that are whole. We had whole tomatoes. I just went in there with some gloves and just broke them up. And for our vegetables we're going to put them through a food mill. So our vegetables are medium diced. Okay, you don't want them any bigger than this because in order for this to go through the food mill, the carrots have to be soft. And if they're real big, you're not going to be able to put them through a food mill. Okay, big plans for the weekend? No?
Baking.
I work all weekend and we're an ice cream shop, so someone please try for me.
Ice cream?
Well, they sell gelato
Yeah.
and pastries, and even yesterday was insane. That's why I wasn't here because someone called out and it was crazy.
It was so humid yesterday.
Yeah, there's so many people out downtown.
Yeah.
Go home.
Hey, that's good. It's good to have work.
Yeah, I shouldn't be complaining.
Okay, so we're just rendering this out. Okay, now when we have everything in here, if our sauce is too thick, we're gonna have to simmer it for about 45 minutes. If it's too thick, we'll add a little bit of this tomato juice. The juice off the tomatoes. If it's still too thick, we'll add just a little bit of water. Yeah. You guys bring your containers today?
Yes, chef. I was 15-minute break so I can have Tarjay. Yeah, exactly. I don't have time to put the
There's no breaks in this class.
Except for unless you have to go smoke, right?
There's no smoke break.
Huh?
Okay, so we got this rendered out. This is what it should look like, guys. Okay, we don't want too much color on it. Okay, and we're gonna leave that fat right in there. Okay, it's gonna make a good start for our mirepoix to get cooked. Okay, so how long are we cooking our mirepoix here, guys? Okay, so are we right in the middle of that? 1.5 to 2 hours or till it gets soft. So okay, till it gets soft. Okay, in the meantime, we're gonna start working on our Beurre Blanc. Okay, so Beurre Blanc. Beurre is butter, white, Blanc is white. So in here I've got the white wine. How much white wine do I have in here?
That would be
Quarter. Yeah. White wine, 4 ounces.
4 ounces white wine.
Dry white wine, or
Yeah.
white wine vinegar.
Okay, and we've got 3/4 ounce of
White wine
vinegar. Okay, and I've got 1/2 ounce of shallot. Now see how the shallot's cut? Okay, it's just sliced. It's not minced, it's not brunoise, because we're going to strain it out.
Okay.
Okay, it's just sliced, and it's just 1/2 of a shallot. Okay, so we're going to reduce that, okay, until it's getting close to dry. The recipe calls for 1 ounce. We're going to reduce it a little bit more. Okay, food mill. You guys ever work with a food mill?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a food mill.
you demonstrated one day.
Demonstrated with the
Potatoes.
potatoes.
Okay, so you guys know all about this then. Now, like we talked about, we can get different size dies here. Okay, we always want to put it in so that the biggest side, the tallest side is on the top. And just snap it in here. Yeah, I did, but I'm not this time because I'm smarter than the food mill. I'm smarter than the food mill. I'm smarter than the food mill.
Smarter than the food mill.
Sometimes the springs are just really strong. And you just push out and they can pop back at you. Okay, so what are we doing next? We got our vegetable stock in here for our
Tomatoes.
okay, see what we got here?
Their juice.
Okay. Son, let me get the smell. Smell that bacon?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have tomatoes.
Their juice.
Okay.
The tomato puree.
Okay.
The bones. And the sachet.
And we don't have any bones today, so we're not gonna put the bones in here. So we're gonna have paste. How much paste are we putting in here? I'm sorry, puree.
Puree. 3/4. Half a quart.
Okay, which is? Okay. Okay, so we got a pint in here. Okay. What's our next step for this?
Bring to a boil.
Okay, we're going to boil.
Reduce heat. And simmer over low heat. 1.5 to 2 hours.
Okay, we're going to simmer for about 45 minutes because it's ordered the recipe. Okay, see it's fairly thick, so we're going to add some of the tomato juice. Put it all in there. Okay, we're also going to season it right now. We want to season it because we want the seasonings cooking. Okay, what do we have to be careful with this recipe? What does the recipe say to be careful with?
To burn it. Scotch the bottom.
Okay, it's working. One thing, you know, some purees, some pastes, they all have different thicknesses, tomatoes do, so you're going to have to look at this and say, okay, is this too thick? What do I need to do? So. Okay, we got this simmering down. Okay, so we're going to add some water. That's going to take quite a bit. It's pretty thick. Okay, when it comes to a simmer, we're going to put our sachet in there. What's in our sachet?
Cloves,
Garlic.
garlic, thyme, dried thyme, rosemary,
Peppercorn.
peppercorn.
Garlic. Add some garlic in there. Okay, so it's quite a bit different than our standard sachet, isn't it?
Yes, chef.
Okay, what's different? What's different in
Thyme,
The garlic.
it? Garlic, the rosemary. Okay. Okay, the recipe calls for dried, or whenever we have fresh, we want to use fresh, which we did today.
Yes, chef.
It's going to give a lot more flavor. Okay, so we're going to put this over here, let it come to a simmer. On Tuesday, you guys are going to make this in pairs.
Yes, Chef. What are your plans for the weekend, Chef?
We're going to go over to Eastern Washington and have a race.
Nice. Are you gonna win?
We're going to win.
You say have a race?
I have a race. Yeah, I have a race.
Is that what were you loading? I drove by and you were loading something in the thing.
Oh, that's my Jeep in there.
Okay. I saw that. It looks pretty
You gotta race a Jeep.
Yeah. Yep. Got to race or go postal, you know?
You'll have to show us all your Jeep one day.
I will. I got pictures. Some people have pictures of their kids. I have pictures of me. Sometimes we win money, but it's really family oriented. The kids start racing on their parents' lap when they're like 2 years old. Yeah, and then when they're like 4 or 5, the parents build like steps onto the pedals, so they're in the driver's seat by themselves with their parents right here. And then when they get to be teenagers, they can't drive by themselves until they're 16. When they get teenagers, they quit listening to their parents. You know, so sometimes the parents go, will you ride with them? They won't listen to me. I said, sure. And then I tell them, I said, okay, you gotta listen to me because they all have kill switches in case there's an accident. I said, you guys go too fast, you don't listen to me, I'm gonna shut it off. Please don't do that. It's a lot of fun. A lot of families out there. Okay, so we got this reduced. Okay, it's almost dry, but not quite. Can you grab the butter out of there? It's already cut up. Thank you.
I only see pictures of Ralph.
Ralph? Okay, so our butter, we cut our butter in approximately 1/2 inch cubes, and we need to make sure that it is cold.
Cold.
Very, very important. Okay, we're gonna go with our sachet into our tomato sauce. Okay, so this is what we want to go down to, guys. Okay, if we have too much liquid in there when we start incorporating our butter, your sauce will separate because there's just too much. There's too much water in there still. It's actually the wine, but it's what is wine? It's water. Okay, so now we're gonna take and we're going to start whisking in our butter. Okay, we're going to do this over extremely, extremely low heat. Okay, so turn it way down. Okay, and just start putting in the butter piece by piece, and as you're putting it in, we're whisking very, very hard. Okay, because we want to get an emulsion started here. So we've got our butter, which is our fat, and our wine, which is our water.
And that's a low heat?
Very low heat. Okay, come over here and look at it. See what we're doing here.
How is the butter able to melt so fast on that low heat?
Because it's really hot. It's so hot because of the wine still in here.
Okay.
And we still have just a touch of heat in here. So we're whisking it in, guys, just piece by piece. See what it's doing? Okay, and we're using a lot of elbow grease here. Okay, this is going to be one of the sauces going to be on your practical on Thursday. Okay, we're gonna make this on Tuesday. Okay. Now see, there's quite a bit of butter in there. I want to slow down a bit, and I want to put my finger in there. Okay. I want the heat to be just above my body temperature. Right now, it's a little bit higher than my body temperature. It's getting a little bit warm, so I want to get some more butter in there. So the only thing that's pushing these two items together, fat and liquid, is our whisk. Okay. So what are we doing here? What are we making? Emulsion. We're making an emulsion, okay? Another form of mayonnaise, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Heat's good. Okay, keep whisking.
Just so I can write it down, how long did you cook the wine and vinegar?
Till it was down to about a tablespoon. Yeah. How long you do it, Paige, depends on how high your heat is. But if we're looking for volume. Okay, so now it's done. Okay. That's all there is to it, the white wine butter sauce. Okay, we're going to strain this through a chinois. I'll show you what it looks like. Pretty easy, huh?
Yes, chef.
Okay, just got to make sure we get our reduction down. We've got to make sure that we do not put it in too fast or too slow. And you guys can use your finger in there, I'll let you. Okay, the sauce goes really nice with seafood. Goes really nice, added some bay shrimp to it. Okay, now, we used unsalted butter, right? So we need to get some salt in there and some pepper. Okay, go ahead and try this. Okay, should taste the vinegar, taste the wine, taste the butter.